A very good morning to you from the largest and finest high school field house in the world, Newcastle High School, for the first of 2 days full of basketball right next door to the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. It is the Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic on the ISC Sports Network. Today is the Girls' Day. First matchup of two this morning. Evansville Central, a semi-state participant from last season in 3A, takes on last year's 4A runners-up in the Warsaw Tigers. Courtside along with Kristen Hazley. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us. And let's start with Warsaw. They graduated one player in Brooke Winchester, who is now at Ball State, but virtually everybody else back, including two of the top players in program history in Jocelyn Bricker and Brooke Zartman.
Yeah, obviously with Bricker and Zartman looking very, very solid again this year. They play a high-tempo offense. They're very good at sharing the ball, averaging 69 points per game. They don't struggle on the offensive end, but also recording a good amount of steals on the defensive end.
Bricker is second in school history in points scored. Zartman is third. Zartman is already the all-time leader in three-pointers made, north of 300 and counting. They're both likely Indiana All-Stars. They're both Division I recruits. Zartman going to Miami of Ohio. Bricker is going to play for Austin Parkinson at Butler University. Well, the same superlatives we would talk about with Warsaw, we'll talk about for Evansville Central's Maddie Shirley. Kristen, she was already Central's all-time leading scorer before her senior season began. Derailed a bit by an ankle injury that cost her 4 games early in the year, but she is averaging a double-double, which, by the way, she had 22 times in 28 games last season.
Yeah, talk about a well-rounded player, the definitive difference maker for this Evansville Central Bears team. Obviously, a little bit less of a supporting cast for this Evansville Central team, but again, with Shirley, it's just that dynamic of a player. You've got to keep her off the boards. You have to keep her off of a hot shooting night to really have a chance against this team.
She already has 1,761 career points and counting, but Central's record comes in at 6-8, and part of that is injury. Shirley has been dealing with that. Maddie Glazer, their third leading scorer and leader in terms of assists, is out for the season. So it has been not the year the Bears were expecting last year. They went 23-5, and they swept the Southern Indiana Athletic Conference. It's not been the case this year. They're a good team, but in kind of a sign of what they're dealing with, they have 8 players in uniform for today's game.
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously less of a cavalry there coming off of the bench for the Bears, and you said it, just plagued by a couple unlucky injuries here and there, but when you've got Madeline Shirley on your squad, you're never quite out of any game yet.
Well, again, this is the first of two. The next game will be Plainfield and Norwell, and much like Warsaw played the final day of the season last year, so too did Norwell. Norwell, the 3A winners last year. In fact, they had made each of the last 2 3A state championship games. Norwell is playing up in 4A, and right now, Norwell is the number 1 ranked team in the state, although in the second game of the season, Warsaw beat Norwell by a score of 69-55. We could have a rematch in the championship game, but obviously we've got some games to play out first. Now, we are thrilled here with our setup at Newcastle High School that we can turn it over to the man that you hear on multiple state championships as the public address voice. For our pregame ceremonies, we'll kick it just about 10 feet to my left. Here is Chad Nickum. Introduce you to the teams, our anthem singer, officials, and much more.
Good morning, basketball fans, and welcome to Newcastle High School, home of the world's largest and finest high school field house for the 2025 Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic. And today's first game featuring the Warsaw Tigers and the Evansville Central Bears. At this time, we ask you to please rise if you're able and remove your hats as we present our national anthem, performed today by Richmond's own Cindy Slick.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Once again, Richmond's own Cindy Slick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would, please welcome Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame members Terry Magnus, Brian Humphreys, and Joe Lentz as they present plaques to our officials for today's game. Mark Sexton, Tim Patton, and Tim Cody. And now, please welcome Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame legend Judy Warren as she presents a plaque to Warsaw head coach Lenny Krebs. And also, please welcome Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame member Jennifer Voorhees as she presents a plaque to Evansville Central head coach David Alexander. And now, fans, let's meet the rosters and starting lineups for today's first game. First, let's meet the guest on the scoreboard, the Warsaw Tigers. Today, the roster includes number 0, Reagan Robinson. Number 3, Danny Rastrelli. Number 11, Addie Whitebenner. Number 15, Charlotte Kessler. Number 24, Kelsey Wren. Number 31, Kaylee Goheen. And number 44, Aaron McManus. Starting lineup now for the Warsaw Tigers. Starting at forward, a 5'11 junior wearing number 12, Reagan Haas. At forward, a 5'8 senior wearing number 13, Kyra Kaiser. At guard, a 5'7 senior wearing number 2, Brooke Sartman. At guard, a 5'6 senior wearing number 4, Alexis Neely. And at guard, a 5'9 senior wearing number 10, Jocelyn Bricker. The Tigers are coached by Lenny Krebs. And now, let's meet the home team on the scoreboard, the Bears of Evansville Central. Today, the roster includes number 4, Kinley Waitman. Number 5, Maddie Glazier. Number 11, Maddie Spencer. Number 21, Kinsley Russell. And number 25, Olivia Heil. Starting lineup now for the Bears. At guard, a 5'7 sophomore, number 12, Madeline Bender. At guard, a 5'6 sophomore, number 20, Kinley Moore. At guard, a 5'4 junior wearing number 22, Kylie Haas. At forward, a 5'9" senior, number 30, Carson Moore. And at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 32, Madeline Shirley. The Bears are coached by David Alexander.
Great job as always by Chad Nickum. I'm happy to give him about 3 minutes of broadcast time and just kind of lay out before the broadcast start. You know, Kristen, one of the favorite phrases in sports is that styles make fights. In Warsaw, you have 5 kind of guards that will spread the floor. It's how they're different than last year with no Winchester, who's now at Ball State. Everything for Evansville Central is pumping into Maddie Shirley. So I'm not sure how one team stops the other in today's game. This could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, obviously for Evansville Central, right off the bat, you want to get Shirley a lot of high-quality touches. Down on the block is obviously preferred, but she can score on you from just about anywhere. And I would expect this Warsaw team to try and get out and run, Greg.
Central's last game lost to Wrights by a score of 54-26. And again, Warsaw will use that speed. Zone trap. Shirley forces the shot and could not get it to go.
And I would expect you'll see that double team just about any time Warsaw can.
Run the floor, miss the shot, but again, there's that speed. And one. Reagan Huss on the putback. Again, Bricker and Zartman are the key players back from last year, but virtually everybody else played some form of role on this state runner-up team from Warsaw.
Absolutely, and it's almost seems silly to say, but with Zartman and obviously Bricker, then they've got a whole nother really, really good team coming off of the bench, supporting. The scoring is very, very even and balanced.
Immediately 1-3-1 pickup in terms of the zone trap. And I like Central's decision. Put Shirley out top, let her look over that zone as the ball was kicked by Reagan Huss.
Yeah, the other thing that opens Shirley up for is a quick give and go, slashing through the lane, trying to find that weak spot in the Warsaw defense.
The fight doctor, I'm going to use the fight reference. I have to come check on Tim Cody. He got hit by that ball from about 3 feet away. He's smiling about it now, but luckily Tim's all right. Warsaw really cranking up the pressure and forcing a turnover by Central. Warsaw makes over 9 threes a game. They shoot 38% from three-point range. Good drive and dish it on cue. Fire a 3 from the corner. Swish. Brooke Zartman, 36% from three-point range. Makes it 5-0 Warsaw.
And Zartman, obviously their go-to three-point shooter, but you said it, Greg, they're shooting incredibly well as a team from behind the arc as well.
Foul goes against Reagan Huss. And again, take away one all-star that has graduated. How Warsaw plays, who their key players are, almost identical to a season ago. And obviously Warsaw's main goal, get the ball out of Shirley's hands. Wing 3 for the Bears is good. Need that to go down. That's Maddie Bender, a 5'7" sophomore, 6 points and 3 rebounds a game.
That's massive for Maddie Bender as well as the Bears for what they're trying to do offensively. Can they have someone beside Shirley step up?
And if Warsaw can rebound those rare misses, they're in business.
Absolutely. Evansville Central's going to want to keep Warsaw to one and done on the offensive end to keep this competitive.
Kinley Moore with the rebound. And going man this time down is Warsaw. So maybe zone on makes and man on misses. We'll read that as the game continues on. And that ball a turnover by Evansville Central.
The defensive pressure so far from the Tigers has just been very, very high, making it really tough for Evansville Central to kind of settle into their offensive rhythm.
And Warsaw, no doubt, one of the best teams in the state. Catch and shoot 3, that does not go. And again, this is what they do. They will fire a lot of threes during the course of a game. The math checks out for them. And again, this is where Central has to live. If Warsaw is going to man you, Shirley has to get a paint touch. She does. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
That's exactly it. That's one of the keys for Evansville Central is obviously get Shirley involved, but can you get her involved on the block? You see there how great she is on those one-on-one isolation plays, spinning to the left or the right. Just very solid in her post play.
Shirley Connect, she is an 81% free throw shooter. Oftentimes we use free throws to bring you factoids about players. I have a list of them for Maddie Shirley. So we'll start with this one. She is the 2-time reigning Evansville Metro Player of the Year. So won that award as a sophomore at Central 2 years ago and as a junior last year.
Impressive, obviously, just coming along since then as well.
Corner three, no good. And right now, Warsaw's shooting is letting Central hang around.
Yeah, and the shooting is not necessarily poor for Warsaw, but it's the fact that Evansville is limiting those second chances, really doing a nice job on the defensive boards.
30-second timeout called by head coach Dave Alexander just to maintain the possession for the Central Bears, and we'll keep it right here with that being the case. And score tied at 5 apiece, 5:21 left to go here in the opening quarter. And Warsaw's one loss was to a team that we saw in this tournament a handful of years ago in Jennings County. Their top player in Ernstus is going to play at Kansas next year. And this Warsaw team does a great job of kind of making the rounds to play the other top teams in the area. They'll host their own holiday tournament coming up next weekend. Games against Peru, Ritter, and probably a good chance they will see Pendleton Heights in the championship game of that event. That's a 16 field next weekend. With the way that Christmas is laid out this year, you will have some teams that play in 2 different holiday events.
Yeah, and you love what Coach Krebs does there. Obviously no stranger to the state finals, but knows that he wants this Warsaw team to play the best competition throughout the season to prepare for those finals.
Quite the closeout by Bricker, who smacks that one out of bounds.
Go get it, go get it, go get it. Stay with her, Tyra.
So back into the zone here for Warsaw. And the steal. Good transition, lay it up and in.
Yeah, Evansville Central and Kenley Moore really struggling against that full court press right now. The trap defense doing a nice job.
But chance to attack it here with the left hand, just too strong. Right idea to go at it, just could not convert the opportunity. And off the hesitation, score it by Zartman.
You gotta love that from Brooke Zartman. She can spot it from behind the arc as well as attack the rim. A nice job getting into the paint.
Shirley probably got away with an extra step that time. But again, Warsaw, because of the make, they go 1-3-1, and they have been lethal against the Bears in this 1-3-1. And that's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow will point the other way. That is 4 first-quarter turnovers on Central.
Yeah, and credit all of them to either a double team or a nice trap there. Trying to get the ball across is Evansville Central, but, you know, you can't get it to Shirley unless you can handle that pressure from your guards.
Next make 11.
This is Alexis Neely, third leading scorer. 9 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. A little more size checks in now for Warsaw with Kaylee Goheen in the game. She's a 6-foot junior, 4 points and 4 rebounds a game. And again, she is really kind of the only new face that didn't see a lot of playing time last year in the rotation for Warsaw.
Yeah, she obviously adds a little bit of height for Warsaw, but again, still a guard-centric offense. But nice to get her some good varsity minutes this year.
Well, frankly, you also have a body to kind of throw up there against Shirley as well, at least in this matchup. Deep three does not go. That's Bricker. Good weak side rebound, shot blocked. But Neely will track it down.
Balance. Good. Keep moving.
Neely on the drive and kick. It was Kaiser that turned down the three.
Good.
Goheen's outlet pass deflected. Frankly, Central deserved better than that given the hustle they put in on that set.
They were. Evansville Central was extremely solid that entire defensive possession, and then it's just Jocelyn Bricker just draining that three. A nice kick out, open shot.
And while Zartman is the all-time leader in threes made, it is Bricker that has the better numbers this year. She is shooting 49% from three-point range.
Yeah, I would call that a green light for her for sure.
7 consecutive points for the Tigers. Shirley is fouled, and Shirley will shoot 2. And again, simply put, she needs to have a touch every time down the floor.
Yes, and Warsaw's doing a nice job. You see it again here. It's Goheen just posting her up, but they force her out where she's not quite comfortable in the middle of that lane, about midway between the free throw line and baseline, just not where she's used to getting the ball in those post inserts.
So here's Olivia Heil, and Heil, a 6-foot senior. She is the second leading scorer at 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists a game. Again, just 8 players in uniform for the Bears today. And only 1 field goal made by Central. However, 4 free throws, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, and absolutely, with only 8 players and the pace that Warsaw wants to play this game at, it could come down to that in those late quarters and late moments.
Not that time by Bricker, and Shirley does what she has done now for 3.5 years. Own the glass and get the team the other direction again. Now a man by Warsaw after the miss. And then Heil just got a little eager for her first touch of the game. 5th Central turnover. They're averaging 16 of those a game.
And if Evansville Central can kind of, and they almost did that time to travel, obviously, but trying to settle into some sort of offensive set, offensive rhythm, they're trying to get there. Right now, though, just turning the ball over too quickly, and credit Warsaw at that time, just a little fast on the trigger.
Little zone look here by Central. And I love our position. You can hear coaches on both ends go, your gaps from Warsaw. Find those gaps in the zone. And that short corner is one of them.
Yep.
Of all the people I work with that I can make this reference to, my friend that worked with the IUPUI basketball team but played soccer in college. It's like into the byline in soccer. You get into that short corner against the zone, good things happen.
Absolutely, because you're exactly. It's kind of a similar idea, right? You close down on the ball, and that's going to open someone up on the weak side.
Free throw is good for Reagan Huss. Missed her earlier free throw. She is 14 of 19 from the line on the season.
Get up, get up.
High arcing three. Her free throw, rather, that is good. She's got 4. Now we'll see full court pickup by Warsaw for the first time. And a timeout is called by Central. It is a full timeout, and we will take it with them. Outstanding start for Warsaw. They lead it by a touchdown less than 6 minutes in. We're back after this as you're watching the Hall of Fame Classic on ISC.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Central has burned 2 timeouts here in the opening quarter. Warsaw out to a 14-7 lead. Warsaw has been outscoring their opponents by 34 points a game so far this year. How about this touchdown pass? Unfortunately, we are in Henry County, so I can make this reference. Olivia pulled an ollie.
Oh.
That museum is just down the road a fair piece, at least not the museum, but the Hoosier Gym, part of Hoops and Henry. That's a good way to beat the pressure. Just couldn't hang on to the dribble.
Yeah, they're trying everything right now to try and get past that full court press. Traditional guards struggling right now for Evansville Central.
Bricker the blow by, but left it short. Good closeout by Shirley. And she'll have the rebound and bring it to the front court. She's going to stay in town and play at USI. Is off to a great start this year. Heil on the miss. Shirley got her hands on it last. And I believe it's going to be Warsaw basketball, yes.
And you see Shirley trying to just create something off the dribble there, attacking into the heart of the defense. But again, just Warsaw knows if they can contain her, someone else is going to have to beat them from Evansville Central.
Kind of a 1-2-2-3-2 zone here, which is what you use to try to combat a team that wants to shoot threes. Where you find space is right there. And Zartman makes that teach tape. She's got 10.
It's a little slow on the closeout, but you're right. With that zone, really those corner threes are what's going to be available quickly.
Warsaw going man this time down. This is Kinley Moore. And again, turnovers continue to add up on Central. And again, this is what makes Warsaw one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, they're just very another three there from the corner. That one, it was Reagan Huss, but Warsaw just solid in every aspect. We talk about the free throw percentages. We talk about the steals. I mean, you see every time the ball is inserted into the paint, it's a quick double team. They're just doing the simple things so well right now.
Well, Warsaw, again, we mentioned the fact they have outscored their foes by 34 points. It's going to stay here with Central. Over the last handful of years, we have introduced a new terminology in high school basketball, clocked, as in you won by 34 points and had a running clock. Warsaw has done that against 5 of the last 6 teams they have played. Shirley, her first field goal, she's got 6.
Yeah, I see glimpses there why Shirley is so good. Does not even have to bring the ball down. Receives it above the defender and a quick shot.
3 in the corner. Splash by Bricker. Make that 5 threes, mainly opening quarter by Warsaw.
And they are just letting it fly from downtown, and why not? Wide open, shooting at a high percentage. Great shooting display from Warsaw early on.
Clock is on your screen. Try to go high-low. And Shirley with the left hand. Good help by Warsaw, and will not get that last shot off in time. It's about the only thing that went wrong for Warsaw in quarter number 1. Tigers made the 4A state championship game last year. They looked the part this year as well. They lead Central 23-9 after 8 minutes. You're watching the Hall of Fame Classic, and you're doing so on ISC.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows. Wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Want to thank Jordan Shue, our Charlie Hammock, our crew behind the scenes, making sure our signal gets to you on this Monday morning. The earlier dates this year for the Hall of Fame Classic. It'll be similar next year as well. It's kind of the way the Christmas holidays fall. This is deemed to be the best window to get it done. So if the Rose Bowl, which we all care about more these days, is the granddaddy of them all, you'd say the same thing about this event in terms of holiday hoops. Warsaw up to the challenge so far. Ball tipped away, stolen on the drive, and going to be a foul on Maddie Shirley. And 2 free throws coming up for Brooke Zartman.
Yeah, Warsaw starting off this quarter exactly how they ended the first one. High-intensity defense, a nice trap there, and the turnover. Zartman taking it to the hoop and creating contact, goes to the line.
Well, frankly, the teams that have been close in games against Warsaw this year, Fort Wayne Snyder, perennial power. That was a 4-point Warsaw win at Snyder to start the year. You get Norwell, who you will see next, lost by 14 at Warsaw in game number 2. Valparaiso, who made the semi-state last year. Warsaw went there and won by 11. And then we mentioned that loss to Jennings County. That was at the Sneakers for Santa event on November the 22nd, where Jennings County won by 5. Since that time, Warsaw's closest game was a 24-point win last time out against Columbia City. Steele and Huss will lay it up and in.
I mean, we talk about Brooke Zartman and Jocelyn Bricker and the powerhouse that they are, but I'll tell you what, Reagan Huss having a great game as well. She's just as agile on the defensive end.
Timeout called. Warsaw had gotten the turnover, 10th for Central. And again, Central at this point isn't sure what hit them. 27-9 early in the second quarter. Again, that was a timeout taken by Warsaw just to maintain the possession after Central's 10th turnover.
Yeah, obviously Evansville Central struggling early on. Some of their guard play, handling that pressure of the trap defense. Sometimes, like you mentioned, dropping into that man-to-man, dealing with those different defensive looks. And right now, not having a lot of success at all finding Madeline Shirley.
And last year, Central reached the semi-state round, beaten by Greensburg, who finished as the runner-up to Norwell last year in 3A. In that game against Greensburg, Maddie Shirley set a school record with 46 points in the loss. But again, through injuries and some players graduating, it just hasn't clicked the same for the Bears this year. Corner three, got it again. Zartman with 15.
Yeah, you can hear Evansville Central coach calling it out. Flare screen, flare screen. Find her in the corner. A nice pass there and a knockdown shot.
Shirley from the elbow, no. And again, the only problem with that shot, which is a good shot for them, is that she's not down to rebound it when she takes it, which gives Warsaw a run to the basket. And a little frustration by Shirley. That is her second foul. And this could be going from bad to worse for the Bears.
Yeah, if Madeline Shirley finds herself in some foul trouble early on, could get even worse for the Bears there. And you mentioned it, Greg, if Warsaw continues to hold him to one and done on those defensive boards, I mean, Shirley's got really just one look at it each time down the court.
Well, all the points for Warsaw have come from three players. You can guess two, Bricker and Zartman. It's Huss who is the other, and she's got 10.
She got hot from behind the arc, and again, we mentioned earlier the defensive pressure. She's turned quite a few turnovers into points.
And pick up here by Warsaw. And a pass that was a low likely one to complete.
Keep working.
On the drive, pulling the lane, score it. Warsaw is getting pretty much any look they want at this point.
Yeah, at this point, it's impressive, showing a lot of patience, a lot of discipline, moving the ball around. Credit Evansville Central, that time getting some hands in the passing lanes, a few deflections. But again, this Warsaw team just excellent at finding the open look.
Three is good from the wing. Carson Moore, a 38% three-point shooter. Just the third made field goal by Central. Second three-point basket. Lining it up is Robinson, no. And then on the jump ball, the arrow will keep it here. So even the miss is turning into passes at this point for Warsaw. Alexis Neely, a 5'6" senior, will check out. The winner of this game plays the championship game at 8 o'clock tonight. Shot blocked. Huss goes down and now has to hustle back. The Central plays 5-on-4. Shirley pulls the free throw line and does not get it to go. And again, every miss, there's a player sprinting down the floor to push the tempo for Warsaw.
Yeah, that doesn't help Evansville Central at all. That last trip down the court, a quick pull-up shot. Obviously, you want Shirley taking that, but at what cost when you're quickly running back in transition?
Looking over and watching the Plainfield coaching staff scouting this game, and I know that group well. I see some furrowed brows about, I'm not sure how we slow this down.
Yeah, early on, I'm not sure either. I mean, really, again, just playing solid, all aspects, shooting the ball well, finding the post as well as defending.
And again, it's no guarantee that Plainfield gets by note because Norwell's really good. But you get the idea. Shirley to shoot two. She's a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. A lot of close losses for Central. In their last game, that was not the case. Wrights put it to them 5 days ago. But lost to Evansville North by 3, lost to North Posey by 2, lost to Princeton overtime by 3, lost to Boonville by 7, lost to Carmel in overtime by 1. as Carmel made the trip to the north side of Evansville back on November the 8th. Catch and shoot three, not that time. Shirley, good job to tap that ball to a teammate, to Kensley Russell, a freshman who is out there for the Bears. Shirley on the drive and dish. Step back three does not go. It will be Warsaw ball.
It's a good possession there for the Bears. Shirley carrying the ball down the court. Again, almost gets the rebound there, but the open look, you like that if you're Evansville Central, trying to find more of that against this Warsaw defense.
On the drive, Neely scoring her first bucket. Again, third leading scorer at 9 points a game.
Don't let him back, Kyra. Up, Kyra. Kyra, okay. Front. Weak side. Good. Stay there, Zart. Reagan.
Bears are trying to find their footing.
Good.
Ball is saved for now, but eventually it's a turnover. Warsaw flips the switch from defense to offense quickly. Deep three, no. And the inside position secured by Bender.
Big rebound there by Bender, trying to just string together some stops, trying to find the bottom of the net here, just not finding much luck early on offense.
Tough angle to throw that ball in, but it will be a foul deemed against Warsaw. I think Neely's going to get whistled for this one. Goheen will come back in for Warsaw. Carson Moore returns for Central. Shirley on the catch. Got it.
That's good defense there by Kaylee Goheen that just gets substituted in. But again, Shirley just showing why she is such the player that she is. A quick release, doesn't even need to bring the ball down.
Robinson, extra pass to Goheen off the window. Goheen's first bucket. Goheen, a junior, 4 points and 4 rebounds a game. In the first quarter, 11 of Warsaw's 17 field goal attempts were from three. Shirley's shot does not go. But rebound knocked away. Here goes Zartman off to the races. Extra pass, shot blocked, and a foul.
Again, you just see how great the Warsaw Tigers are getting out in transition, and it's the high basketball IQ, being able to pick your head up, find the open pass here, even skips on past Neely there, just finds Evansville Central in a bad defensive position.
So 2 free throws coming up. This is for Robinson. Robinson, 4 of 8 from the line coming into today's game. Warsaw tied for third in the 4A poll. These are new to yesterday. Warsaw sole possession of third in the coaches poll, in the single class poll. Robinson makes them both. You're wondering, all right, if they are so good, who might be above them? Well, Norwell is rated number 1, and again, Norwell's outstanding. Warsaw beat them, for what it's worth, 5 or 6 weeks ago. And the other team is Pike, who, again, is not just thought to be, but really is the best team in the Indianapolis area, as evidenced by their 23-point win against Lawrence Central on Friday night. In fact, those two teams will be playing an event tomorrow together at Lawrence Central that we are thrilled to bring you on the ISC Sports Network, as Zartman shoots the gap and will lay it up and in.
Just easy pickings right now for Zartman and Warsaw. Just very predictable ball movement right now by Evansville Central.
Zartman now with 17. The lead is 26. Bricker wants to get on the party as well. Her shot does not go, but Neely hustles the floor. And then a foul called against Central on the rebound. Carson Moore picks it up. So Moore picks up her third, and again, Central's got 8.
Right.
So any and all fouls are a problem for the Bears.
I mean, this Warsaw team, you don't really foresee them slowing down at all as far as attacking the rim, getting into the post, especially on transition. So I would expect we'll see them shoot quite a few more free throws this morning.
tied at 5. Warsaw then scored 7 in a row and then took off. Turnaround by Bricker is good, so already Tigers have 3 players in double figures. Folks, they average 69 a game. They're sitting on 43 after 14 minutes.
That's impressive. And again, you said it, 3 players in those double figures. It's not just Jocelyn Bricker and Brooke Zartman. They are really spreading the ball around in the very balanced attack.
And part of it is what just transpired is you finished a very cogent thought. Heil had a nice drive, and 5 seconds later, Warsaw's taking a shot. Shirley misses, and she's an occasional 3-point shooter. She's 6 of 12 on the season coming in. Bricker splits the defense, turns down the 2. Neely buries the 3. Neely is a 43% 3-point shooter. And then steal by Zartman, bucket by Zartman. She's got 20. And Lenny Krebs is directing a symphony right now for Warsaw. They lead by 32. And again, folks, if this gets to 35 at halftime, this is a running clock in the second half. In the Hall of Fame Classic, it's at 34 with 39 seconds left to go.
Wow. And Zartman, started that off with a beautiful drive. Just goes into the paint, kicks it out to Neely for that first 3, and then it's just the hustle play there again by Zartman, able to find the turnover and put it back up for 2. Man, that was Reggie Miller-esque a bit there in those 9 seconds.
Go ahead and say presence of mind. Go ahead. Like everybody else in that 30 for 30.
Yep.
He had the presence of mind.
Presence of mind.
Half the crowd is laughing at what we're saying right now. Only half. Central does not have a foul to give. Good pressure, though, by Heil. Bricker able to maintain possession. He's a defender in her wake. Pulls in the lane and gets the roll. So Bricker with 12. And that will mean our second half will fly by this morning. My goodness.
Yeah.
Warsaw 53, Central 17 at halftime of the Hall of Fame Classic. Stay tuned. We'll get some oxygen for our halftime show as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right? That's what we do.
Whatever. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And then volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence Thorne, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness, give it to him. Oh, through the lane, and he ducks it. Oh my goodness.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Brewer jams it home. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net. A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn. What a swim. 6 of them.
Now, those young men are having a donut hole eating contest. Those who know Jack's Donuts, based here in Newcastle. Our one guy on the left is worried about a reversal of fortune. His team would like a reversal of fortune for half number 2. He's representing Evansville Central because half number 1 didn't go so well. 53-17. And I don't think it's what Central is doing wrong. It is what Warsaw is doing right. They just put up a 30-point quarter in the second stanza.
Yeah, and you wrap that up exactly well. Evansville Central is not necessarily playing a bad game, but what they're used to being able to do, getting the ball to Madeline Shirley and letting her work, it's just become impossible against the Warsaw defense. We've seen them full court press. We've seen them go a little bit of a zone. We've seen them go into a trap defense. Honestly, all 3 of those have turned over the Evansville Central Bears offense, and right now they can't get anything going.
We talked about the start of the game. All right, Warsaw's got this great speed. Can they guard Shirley in the low block? Frankly, they have been so tenacious on defense, and in terms of preventing Central from getting in a lot of their half-court stuff, geez, it hasn't mattered to this point.
Yeah, and on the offensive end, Warsaw has shot the ball so well from behind the arc that the interior post play has meant nothing. Shirley can't do anything defensively to try and turn over the Tigers because they're shooting the ball so well from the field.
Scoring in the first half, Brooke Zartman 20, Jocelyn Bricker 12, Reagan Huss with 10, 7 for Alexis Neely, 2 for Kaylee Goheen, and 2 for Reagan Robinson. Only Kyra Kaiser played but did not score. For Central, Maddie Shirley has 9, Maddie Bender 3, Carson Moore 3, Olivia Heil 2, and that's it. We oftentimes say, hey, what do you change in half number 2? For one side, you don't want anything to change, and for the other team, it's just, I think, hey, let's see if we can figure something out and hope we get one tonight at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think you start simple. Hey, let's try and take care of the ball if you're Evansville Central. Can we try and get into some offensive sets and find some more high-quality looks for Madeline Shirley just to try and gain some confidence back in the second half?
And something, again, you rarely say in an event like this, a running clock in half number 2. This will go by quickly. Warsaw 53, Central 17. Highlights after this quick timeout as you're watching the Hall of Fame Classic on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Highlight set to roll from half number one. It is basically the three-point shooting reel from Warsaw. Jocelyn Bricker made 2 threes. Brooke Zartman made 4 threes. Alexis Neely with a 3. Reagan Huss with a 3 as well. Again, you name it, Warsaw did it well. They were 8 of 19 from three-point range. They were 19 of 36 from the floor. They were 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Warsaw committed 1 turnover in the first half. Central committed 16. The Bears were 5 of 16 from the floor, 2 of 5 from three-point range. Bears were 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Warsaw 17-13 won the glass, including 7-2 on the offensive rebounds. Of Warsaw's 19 field goals, 10 of them had assists, and Warsaw had 12 steals. I'm not sure how much longer Brooke Zartman is going to play because of the running clock, but she has 20 points and 5 steals in today's game. Again, Kristen, of those numbers, what jump off the page at you?
I mean, I think, to be honest, offensively, all the assists on some of those points as we watch some of those three-pointers roll in through the highlights, it's the passing before, it's the movement before. Anything, if you stop the drive into the lane, that's all right. They'll skip pass it over to the corner and drain a 3. Then we saw Zartman driving in through the lane, kicking it out to Huss for a 3. It's the offensive movement and all the different ways that Warsaw is able to find those looks from behind the arc. And then, defensively, just the turnovers to points. It's made any chance of Evansville Central trying to find something going offensively very difficult.
You notice that Warsaw is back out for half number one. Central is still not out of the locker room, and frankly, I think I would take a minute to kind of lick some war wounds there as well. But this is about as late as I have seen a team get back on the floor. They basically will not warm up. They will come back out and play half number 2. Again, just kind of indicative as to how the first half, again, I don't think it was what Central did wrong. I think it was what Warsaw did so right.
Yeah, and they didn't exactly go out of the gates and blow them out. I felt like second quarter was really when Warsaw started having their way. In that first quarter, we did see Malin Shirley getting some decent looks, a few inbound plays, but it became really clear very quickly that, Warsaw wasn't here to mess around with that.
Quick thoughts on our upcoming game, Norwell and Plainfield. What excites you about that one?
Two teams with an excellent history. We saw Norwell last year in the state finals. To be honest, I'll be thinking about who's got a matchup against Warsaw and kind of how those two teams look and what that might look like in the evening session.
So Central's got a couple of players that are just now clearing the locker room. And they're being told, hey, I need 5 on the floor. Let's go. Well, again, it's not been the follow-up season that anybody at Central expected. And part of that is the level of competition they have played as well. This is, obviously a very unique holiday tournament. They went and played one of the great early season events down in Corden before Thanksgiving. Finished as the runners-up in that one to South Knox. South Knox last year's 2A champs. That ball not kicked, but off the leg. Hence, that is a play on and a steal. And on the basket cut, Huss has it knocked away.
We talked about, pregame as well, some of the injuries that Evansville Central has had to deal with, not necessarily having the balanced offensive attack they were looking for this year. It just, as you play some of these better teams, if you've only got one offensive firepower, it's just very, very easy for those better teams to slow you down.
Illegal screen going to be called against Warsaw. That'll be against Kyra Kaiser. And again, folks, I'm not trying to, belabor the point, but just you'll look at the clock. It is running on purpose, as it should. Again, this is a second half that will absolutely fly by. Deep 3 does not go. Good rebound by Bricker. She averages 7 of those a game. In the lane, runner a little bit too strong. Who touched it last? Maddie Shirley did. By the way, Shirley did have 5 rebounds in the first half. Again, she averages 23.5 points and 11.5 rebounds a contest. The catch, the shoot, and the splash of the 3 by Zartman. Zartman's got 23 points.
And there's not a spot that Brooke Zartman does not feel comfortable shooting that 3 from, and she just looks so confident on that release, and her numbers show why.
At the other end, Warsaw, Neely, off the window, score it. Neely with 9.
Been really impressed with her this morning, I guess I should say. I mean, really doing a nice job taking care of the ball defensively, though. Very quick, very agile, reads the game well.
Ball saved in bounds by Huss. Again, sometimes you get some mismatches in a scenario like this one, but not normally to the level of this.
Might be a slip, guys. Might be a slip.
Neely. 3 does not go, but good crash at the bucket there by Zartman.
That's really just the effort that we've seen making the difference from Warsaw, whether it's on the defensive end or on the boards there. Well done by Zartman to follow up and lay it in for an easy 2.
Good pass by Shirley. Wing 3 is good. That is by Kinley Moore. Kinley, a 5'6" sophomore, 2 points a contest. Third different player to make a 3 for Central in this game.
And Kinley Moore, that's the second nice look she's had at it in this half. First one was just a little short, but you like that creation that the Bears are able to find right out of the halftime.
And if you're Central, there's a phrase that football coaches use, burn the boats. Well, this is burn the tapes. Don't even bother looking at this one. Just the idea is to come and get another one tonight and hope for the best. And they still got some pretty tough teams on their schedule as that 3 is missed. But again, Zartman and Bricker are everywhere. Pass is deflected. And again, to repeat, Zartman's going to Miami of Ohio. Bricker is going to Butler. So you've got 2 high-level recruits on this team. 3 Division I players in this game.
That's a treat for us Central Indiana folks. Gonna be able to watch Jocelyn's career continue on.
And you're a little partial to Butler, even though you went to IUPUI since your dad had 20 rebounds in a game in his days at Butler.
Well, that and, worked for Coach Parkinson for 2 years on his staff there at IUPUI. And Coach Woodrich, she's married. I know her as Draben, but just a good staff, good program, and it'd be fun to see Jocelyn Bricker there.
Shirley on the turnaround, can't get it to go. Of course, a lot of folks in basketball circles know her as Coach Draben as well, since that's a very well-known name in Indiana basketball circles. Love the lead pass, even though Goheen missed it. Again, Warsaw still doing all the little things right. Again, they still have kind of a mix of starters and subs in the game. And part of that is because the running clock, it tends to go so quickly.
Right.
You also have the benefit of playing the early game, and now if you're Warsaw, you're not playing again until 7:30, 7:45, et cetera, as Shirley gets it to go. We mentioned the great start that her soon-to-be school in USI is off to, having a really good start in OVC play as Bricker lays it up, and then she's got 16. USI making their transition to the Division I ranks.
Yeah, throughout this game, I mean, you see those glimpses of why Madeline Shirley is as touted as she is as a player. I mean, whether it's she's able to find her way on the block one-on-one or knocking some easy turnaround jumpers down. She's versatile, and, I think she'll do really well for USI at the next level.
Rick Stein does a tremendous job on the west side of Evansville. That program also has the unique nature of being Interdivision I, and their conference tournament is in their backyard at the Ford Center. Clock stops here on the free throws. You can stop the clock for a timeout if you so choose. On a non-shooting foul, it'll keep rolling in this scenario. Aaron McManus is in for the first time for Warsaw. McManus, a 5'9 senior, 2 points a game. In our next game, Plainfield and Norwell. And I don't think they're going to hold that game up. And in part because, you know, both teams come back and play tonight. So the quickness of this game kind of helps everybody get ready then for the turnaround to play this evening.
Yeah, Coach will obviously, you know, you'll take some more rest time and recover time as much as you can get. And there you go, Madeline Shirley able to get the contact and one, and again, just those glimpses of why she's so good, and unfortunately just not able to have the supporting cast this year to compete with this Warsaw team, at least this morning.
Zartman will come out as Bricker comes back in. Shirley with 13 and a chance to make it 14 from the line. And she missed some time earlier this year, like in their loss against South Knox in the old Capital Classic tournament at Corden. South Knox won by 28. That's in part because Shirley was unable to play in that game. And right as Shirley gets back, they lose Maddie Glazer for the season.
Yeah, that was a tough blow for the Bears, and we've mentioned it, but only dressing 8 players this morning. Honestly, they'll probably benefit from the running clock as well.
Neely's three is good. Neely with a dozen, 4 players now in double figures for Warsaw. That three may have been blocked, I'm not sure. Good job to save it, though, by Central regardless. Another bite at the apple. That does not go for Carson Moore. Bricker fouled. And Bricker will shoot 2. And, you know, you're kind of the realization now for Warsaw that they're averaging 69 points a game. They might score more if they would actually play a typical 32-minute clock.
Yeah, no doubt they would. And, I mean, especially the pace that they play at. You see there, Bricker grabbing the rebound, going coast to coast, creating the foul there. Misses the first, but uncharacteristic from her. And whether it's her or Alexis Neely, it's so quick in transition and it's so smooth. They take great care of the ball. Very little out of control ness, I guess, if you will. Very composed on that transition.
Bricker's got 17. 69-25.
Hi, Aaron. Shooting.
Ball tipped. It'll remain Central basketball. Warsaw has cleared 70 points in each of their last 5 games. Their season high was 89 against Wawasee. And again, they've got wins of 69, 70, and 63. Their last 5 times out. They lead up by 44 currently against a team that was a semi-state team in 3A last year.
Yeah, and the defensive pressure is not stopping at all this half either.
And another missed 3 by Central. So again, Central will play the loser of Norwell and Plainfield. And Bricker is just told, hang on to the basketball. Don't shoot it in that scenario. 69-25. We got 8 minutes of basketball left to go in game number 1 as you're watching Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic on the ISC Sports Network.
And then volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Kept home by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Oh, through the lane, and he got it. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Jordan Shute. Thank you, Charlie Hammock, making sure our signal gets to you on this Monday morning. Early start for the Hall of Fame Classic this year. The rare before Christmas playing of this event. Holiday hoop season keeps us very busy on ISC. We'll have games from the Phil Cox tournament, Paul Logan event, Frankton's holiday tournament, all coming up over the next couple of weeks. Not to mention the full slate of the boys' games tomorrow. Bricker and Zartman stay on the floor for Warsaw. A rare Tiger turnover. And this has been running clock since halftime. 6th time in the last 7 games that has been the case for Warsaw. Robinson shoots the gap, keeps it in play, got fouled, and Robinson will shoot 2 more. She is 3 of 4 from the line.
Yeah, Reagan Robinson that time just reading the eyes. You almost are waiting for the pass to go so she could jump that passing lane. Nice job getting to the rim, creating the contact. Can't finish, but she'll have 2.
In terms of looking at the remaining schedule for Warsaw, and I would wager to guess that they will see Pendleton Heights in the final of their holiday tournament. Hupfer, the star player for Pendleton Heights, 6'3" post as a junior. That would be Saturday, November the 3rd, or January the 3rd. They will host Homestead on January the 20th. Those are the kind of immediate games other than the championship game tonight, where you go, hey, this is the best competition they will see the rest of the way. It's going to stay here for Central.
Yeah, a lot of eyes will be on that matchup. You mentioned the Homestead matchup. That'll be a good one as well. Really, I mean, need to see a bit more of a measuring stick right now because this one just shows Warsaw might be just national championships.
Turnover by Central. Now, again, Warsaw played some really good teams early in the year. Snyder, Norwell, Valpo, Jennings County. But Penn is a perennial winning program. Warsaw beat them by 35.
Mm-hmm. Lots of pass fakes. Work on it. Work on it.
Little zone look here by Central. That's more of, hey, let's save some legs for tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Just trying to put together competitive effort this afternoon. Really tough after a game like this, though.
And Warsaw kind of running what we call their continuity set as Zartman connects again. She's got 28. That is her 6th 3 for Zartman. And another Central turnover. Knocked away, but Robinson able to recover. Neely fires and misses. Bears had the rebound, and eventually Kensley Russell able to come out of there with it. Warsaw with 11 made threes in this game. And another turnover that'll be laid up and in by Bricker.
And it's not, Evansville Central's not necessarily throwing the ball away all that often, but what it is it's just the Warsaw defense putting so much pressure on them that pass is just, it's either a little long or a little short. It's just a higher defensive effort than Evansville is used to facing.
Heil misses from 3-point range. Fake the pass. Bricker. I think Bricker and Zartman know their days are about numbered in this one with 5 minutes to go on the running clock.
Helper.
Probably a smart move there as well. Talk about Evansville Central wanting to get ready for the afternoon, evening games. Warsaw as well. Gonna have a good one this evening. No matter, honestly, which team they face, it'll be a great one to watch.
So Shirley, with 14 of Central's 25, make it now 15 of their 26. Last year, Maddie Shirley set the SIAC record. That's the Evansville League, with Vincennes in it for this year before they exit. Jasper, part of that league as well. She set the conference record for points in a season last year with 715. She'll connect here as well. And Central will play tonight. Then they'll turn around and play on Friday. They're playing in a showcase event at the Hatchet House. They'll take on North Knox on Friday. 3 is up, does not go. That was Kelsey Wren that just checked in. Wing 3 is good. for Aaron McManus. McManus was 3 of 8 on the season from three-point range.
They just left her wide open that time. Slow rotating over. Neely's going back the other way.
And Neely got fouled. So Neely will shoot 2 free throws.
Number 25, Olivia Pyle, her second on the Bears.
Charlotte Kessler in the game for Warsaw, as they have the luxury of going a bit deeper into their bench. Kylie Hobbs comes on now for Central.
You know, if there were a few things that, Evansville Central was going to do to try and stay in this one, the main one we talked about was getting Shirley some high-quality touches. And, again, it's the defense that Warsaw has been able to play with the quickness and some of the reading of the passing lane. Some of that just made it so difficult for Evansville Central to really find any sort of rhythm with Shirley.
Danny Rastrelli in for the first time for Warsaw, a freshman. And Warsaw, 4th best margin in the entire state of Shirley, gets the back bucket to go. Beating teams by 34 points a game. Only ones that are better, Tinley, Hammond Morton, and Purdue Poly downtown. It's their 2nd and 4A. The Governors of Morton also a 4A school. And from the elbow, shot a little strong.
It's a good opportunity here, and Warsaw's taking it to get some other players some good minutes here in a varsity match. We talk about going into the postseason. You never know when you're going to need to lean on your bench in certain moments.
Heil hits the 3, her 2nd field goal. 4th made 3 by Central in today's game. Good hands by Heil on the steal. And then Central gives it right back. So Central, your fans, team will play at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. In the consolation game, Kelsey Casper, Jane Schott will have that one for you.
Better hands from Evansville Central here on defense in the second half, actually.
Heil's runner, good in the foul. And she is their only other double-digit per game scorer at 11 points a game. Robinson commits the foul.
Usually Heil can be that secondary inside presence, but really no inside presence this morning for Evansville Central.
Heil with 8. Eddie Weidenbender will check in as well here for Warsaw. And a few turnovers with the reserves and some JV players in the game now for the Tigers. Trust me, it's not going to affect the overall outcome of this one. Robinson rejected by Heil. It'll stay here. Kinley Wainman will check in now for Central. Shirley done for the day. Wainman kind of the end of the rotation for the Bears. Again, just 8 in uniform today.
And with the tempo that Warsaw plays, it was always going to be a bit of an uphill battle with only 8 players, but I don't think anyone anticipated they'd run away to it to this extent.
It's the old line, no one expected the Spanish Inquisition. Kind of where we're at in this one. Shot blocked. Three in the corner for Central is good. Second made 3 by Kinley Moore. Carson, the senior, has 1 make. Kinley, the sophomore, has 2. Off the window. Shot missed. That was Charlotte Kessler. Heil will pull from 18, and that's good.
Yeah, we talked about Madeline Shirley having some moments. How about Kyle here in the second half, really knocking down some shots and showing some things off on the defensive end as well.
Last 12 points belong to Central. Still a 40-point game. Warsaw may, if they can. If they can hang on to it, may select to kind of hold on to it, but obviously not an issue there as Hobbs gets it to go, gets her first bucket of the game. And Lenny Krebs saying no shot, just hold the ball. No need for further activity. Well, in a rout, Warsaw wins this one by a final score of 79-41. Kristen, final thoughts on this one?
I would say look out for Warsaw down the stretch of this season and into some of that postseason play, because there were very few weaknesses displayed by the Tigers this afternoon. Excellent defense, insane sharing of the ball, very balanced attack. This is a scary team to see, Greg.
Zartman 28, Bricker 19, Neely 14, Hush 10 of the starters for Warsaw. Shirley 18 and Heil 10, the double-digit scores for the Central Bears. Again, Central fans, your team plays at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern in the consolation game. Warsaw fans, your team plays at about 7:45 tonight in our championship contest. For Kristen Hazley and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Goodbye for now. We're back in about 15 minutes with game number 2 featuring Norwell and Plainfield. You're watching the 2025 Hall of Fame Classic, and you're doing so on ISC.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.